The purpose of this meeting is to discuss the petition for a dissolution of the Meridian Library District. This petition was presented to the board in February, and it was presented to the clerk first for the verification of the signatures. The process will be, if this board chooses to place this on the ballot or not, that's what the vote today will be, either to put it on the ballot or not to put it on the ballot. Part of what brought this controversy up is as I read the record, and as I've gone through the record, part of what brought this controversy up was some material that was available to children that probably was not appropriate for children. And so then you have to ask the question, well, is there a way that the library district could not make that material available to children? And we got varying views on that, and that's part of what all this all this information here. But that's part of what we'll be discussing. And incidental to that, the Idaho legislatures, we're not the only ones dealing with this issue. The Idaho legislature has several bills pending. One, House Bill 314, has passed the House, and it's sitting on the Senate floor right now. It was amended to do a little tweak. If that bill passes, it would give the petitioners another avenue, I believe, to address their grievances. But anyway, with that, I'm going to open this up for discussion from my fellow commissioners. But I wanted to make it clear that this board did not initiate this action, because that's been part of the misunderstanding as well, that this board initiated the action and that this board could dissolve the district and that this board could do all these things that this board can't do and wouldn't do. It's not the purview of this board. The only thing this board can do is analyze the petition, take public comments, and then make a decision on whether it ought to be on the ballot or not on the ballot. Okay, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, based on the testimony received on March 20th and 2020 and 22 hearings and written testimony received by the board through March 24th, the board's deliberations today, I move that since dissolution of the district would not be in keeping with the declared public policy of the state of Idaho in regard to the library districts as set forth in section 33-2701 Idaho Code, the board deny the petition to dissolve the Meridian Library District and not place the matter on the ballot, and authorize the staff to draft an order consistent with this motion, and authorize the chair to sign that on the board's behalf.
Is there a second to the motion?
Well, Mr. Chair, I'm going to say no matter which way the vote goes, I think that this has been a good process, and I think that we had one group of citizens who were able to bring their concerns to the attention of the public, and talking about issues publicly can lead to changes, whether one side is successful or not. So with that, I'm going to second the motion.
Okay, thank you. Is there a discussion on the motion?
I think my comments I've already made. I think that it's clear that the decision that the board has to make, and that is whether it's in the public interest to have it on the ballot. And I think the board's the motion supports that position. One more thing, we've had both participation online as well as after the 48 hours. It's actually increased the numbers in terms of what we were talking about here. So I think Commissioner Davidson's position is correct. The public clearly does not support having this on the ballot, and it's not in the interest of the public to have it on the ballot. Not that there aren't other issues that need to be raised, like I said, or addressed, like I said, but not to have it on the ballot for dissolution.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is just one avenue that is available to citizens in Idaho Code, and as I said, I think it's an overly broad solution to a specific problem, and there are other avenues that can be pursued that I think would gather more community support than this particular proposal. So this is not in any means the end of the discussion. The community has, a lot of other options available to them.
Okay. And we've done a little compilation, and of the emails in this, we haven't been able to compile the emails, the 100 or so emails since, but the emails from the first one, there was 1,072 people emailed us opposed to a dissolution. There was 55 in favor of a dissolution. There was 8 that didn't say either way. But the overwhelming testimony at our public hearing was, including from the petitioners. In fact, I think what the spokesman for the petitioner, when he started out his comments, said he loved the library and wanted to keep it. So we had this policy question that I think could be addressed when people can disagree without being disagreeable. And I would ask both the library district and the petitioners to reach out and try to come to an amicable solution, because I know there's one out there. But to dissolve the district would be overwhelmingly disruptive, because the commission, if it were to be dissolved, has no choice. When any library district is dissolved, all property and assets of the library district shall be disposed of by the Board of County Commissioners of the home county. That is what's in the law. It doesn't say, oh, go ahead and form a new district real quick and turn the assets over. It doesn't say that. And so it's just really overly disruptive. And I think if there's anything that we did learn from this hearing and this process, it is that the libraries are very popular in this community, and that was one of the heartfelt discussions, is how much they mean to people for various reasons. And that was one of the, I think, very positive things come out of this. People open their hearts, and the library was a place of refuge for them in a lot of people, and it's a place of comfort. And in today's society, that is necessary. Now, I would hope that the library board and petitioners could get together and resolve some of these differences, because we don't want this kind of division in our community, and we can get by without that. But anyway, so I would now ask our clerk to call a roll.
Commissioner Daly?
Aye.
Commissioner Davidson?
Aye.
Commissioner Beck?
Aye.
The ayes have it.
The ayes have it. There will be an official order written and distributed probably later this afternoon.